Welcome, everyone, to Thursday Night Lights. We're going to talk about robotic affirmations. It's a lot of fun if you're catching this live or you're catching it around the 17th of October. Happy full moon in Aries. We did have the full moon earlier today, around 7 a.m. East, 4 a.m. Pacific, and I hope you're enjoying it. And you can always check out the Taroscopes, the Horoscopes for that Lunation to help you make the most of it. So welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Joshua the Psychic. I do psychic astrology readings, coaching, and you can check out more information about my services on my website, psychicsun.com. The link to that is in the description below, and there too, you'll be able to find your horoscopes for this current lunation. Whatever time you're looking at this video, you'll find current horoscopes on my website. So tonight, we're going to talk about robotic affirmations. We're going to talk about what they are, why it works, the science behind robotic affirmations, the dual power of robotic affirmations, what it does, how you can get started using robotic affirmations after this class, examples of robotic affirmations, and some tips for success, what actually might help you work with this great tool. It's one of the many tools that you can put in your manifestation box. So when you're looking to manifest, there's many different tips and tricks that you can use. And this is just one. And we'll be talking about others as we go along throughout the next sessions, which we'll have quite a few of them. So what are robotic affirmations? So robotic it's a repetitive statement without emotional engagement. And that's really important because the traditional way of doing affirmations is you have to sell it. You have to feel it. You have to imbue the emotion that you would have had you achieved your desire. So robotic takes the emotion out of it, right? Typically with law of attraction, we have to feel it real. It has to feel real for you. And that does indeed work. And at the end of the day, emotion is the name of the game. So if you can emote a vibration, an energy that aligns with what you want, you will attract what you want faster. However, sometimes it's challenging to do that. So what's cool is all you have to do with robotic affirmations is repeat them in a detached mechanical manner, hence robotic. You just choose an affirmation that you like and you repeat it over and over and over again like a mantra. And you don't have to feel anything specific whatsoever. You're just consistently repeating the words. Now, if you want to do it with emotion, you certainly can. However, it's not necessary with robotic affirmations. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining. Happy Thursday. Good evening, Casmar. Wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining. So it's a really good thing to use robotic affirmations, especially if you're having resistance. Sometimes with affirmations, and the feel it real aspect, it's almost like a fool's errand, right? Because you're just not feeling it. Like if you're feeling lousy and I'm in perfect health, it might be hard for you to feel it, but you can still say it. And I'm going to talk about why it works. So the science behind robotic affirmations is that you're getting your mind involved. So even when you're speaking robotically, you're using your mind to form and repeat the thoughts. There's very little that your body can do without the mind being involved, right? So it creates that mind-body connection. Then you have the subconscious programming aspect. If you've been following me for a while, I've been pretty transparent. I feel that all of us have been brainwashed by our external influences, right? Not that our parents were malicious or anything like that, but we inherited their beliefs and their beliefs about us. So what we're needing to do in order to change the story and get out of the dirty bathwater, so to speak, is to reprogram the subconscious mind. So when you are programming the subconscious mind, your thoughts are going to create your reality, right? Your thoughts are going to affect your emotional state. And your emotional state will affect your subconscious. That's going to affect your actions and the vibration that you have. So it'll reprogram your subconscious. And you got to remember, even if you're not feeling it, though, the subconscious can't distinguish an emotionally charged thought and a robotically repeated one, right? your subconscious just receives the information and begins to align your reality with those thoughts. And the most important thing, I think, really with robotic affirmations, and again, meditation will help with this too, is the neurological aspect of it. Thought repetition will create new neural pathways. So essentially, they say that when a baby suffers trauma, if that baby is not held and nurtured and cared for and soothed immediately after the trauma, they say that the baby rewires his brain to prepare for the next trauma. And what winds up happening, if enough traumas happen, that's their neural pathway. They are in that loop. That is why there are some people who cannot have peace. They do not feel comfortable being at peace because they feel they are then at prey. And those are often the times the people that either sabotage themselves or they create conflict wherever they go because they're not ready for peace. They've been traumatized to such an extent that their brain chemistry is off. And what this will do, it will create new neural pathways. And that's another thing in terms of meditation, why meditation is so important, because it creates a little bit of space between you and your thoughts, right? You're able to allow yourself to be in control of your thoughts more through your breathing. So there's a lot of reasons why this works. So if you want to create new neural pathways, you just want to do those robotic affirmations, and we'll talk about how you can do those. So why do they work? The dual power of them, it's pretty cool. So they do two things. One, they program you, creating the desired outcome that you have. Again, your thoughts affect your emotions. Your emotions determine your state, the state that you are in. And that state will determine what you get, right? Are you in a state of love? You're going to get love. Are you in a state of abundance? You're going to get abundance. If you're in a state of poverty or ill health, etc., 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 you're going to get that. The state that you are in determines the state that you are in, so to speak. So it'll program you. That's one of the things that it does. It will program your subconscious mind. But another thing that it really does, these robotic affirmations, is that they take up space. So you're saying these robotic affirmations, and they're preventing you from creating what you don't want by occupying your mental space. So if I'm saying over and over again, I'm in excellent health, I'm in excellent health, I'm in excellent health, I'm in excellent health, my mind doesn't have the capacity to think, oh, I'm probably going to get sick, I'm going on a plane, right? So nature doesn't like a vacuum. If you do not have thoughts that you're determining that you're going to think, you got to make the decision, like, what thoughts are you going to think? Remember, nature doesn't like a vacuum. If you leave it up to your subconscious mind, it might run roughshod, right? And then you might wind up thinking those thoughts that do not feel good. So robotic affirmations are good because they fill up that space. And that's going to be super helpful in and of itself. When you're repeating these affirmations, your mind doesn't have the capacity to dwell upon those negative thoughts. There's already something going on. So I'm in excellent health, I'm in excellent health, I'm in excellent health will crowd out anything that is negative. And we'll talk about some different affirmations you can give yourself. So these two things, the programming that it does, creating those new neural pathways, inculcating your subconscious with new ideas, and taking up space, it makes robotic affirmations very, very powerful. And it's really good, especially if you are having a hard time with a manifestation, right? Because the problem with affirmations generally is that it doesn't feel right, and you feel like you're being false about it, right? If I just got into a breakup, right, and I want to reconnect with this person, it's going to be hard for me to say, Lucy loves me, Lucy loves me, Lucy loves me, when I know that Lucy hates me right now. But again, you take the emotion out of it, and I just wind up saying, Lucy loves me, Lucy loves me, Lucy loves me, Lucy loves me, over and over again. Sooner or later, the subconscious lets it in. It says, essentially, well, I keep hearing this enough. It must be true, right? So that's why robotic affirmations are really good, because you don't need the emotion. You just say it like a robot, right? You want to be very robotic about it. So here's how you do it. And I hope, because we have the full moon, if you're catching this live, thank you for joining live, of course. But if you're catching this live, it's a really powerful full moon for you to change the story. I mean, you can use robotic affirmations in any moon cycle. So this is how you do it. Number one, you choose your affirmation, and we'll give you some examples. Something that resonates with your desired outcome. I am healthy. I am love. I attract loving relationships. I am a magnet for money, whatever it might be, whatever it is that you desire. And then number two, you find pockets of time throughout your day. So ideally, it's when your mind is free, but your body is occupied. So like when you're doing chores or you're commuting, exercising, before sleep, and when you wake up is really, really helpful. In fact, those are the most important times of your day, right? Particularly when you wind up going to sleep, because whatever you're thinking before you go to sleep, the subconscious grabs onto it and you sort of marinate in it all night long. So you never want to go to bed angry, they say, right? You always want to feel good and get into a desired state. And even though these are robotic affirmations, ideally you do want to get your emotions involved in it. And the cool thing is, if you're resistant to an affirmation, i.e., Lucy loves me, but I know consciously that Lucy hates my guts at this point in time, what will happen is sooner or later you'll warm up to the idea and be more believing of the idea that Lucy does indeed love you, if that makes sense. So step two, you just got to find pockets of time wherever you can before you go to sleep. When you wake up is really good, but anytime really that you don't need to use your mind. And then step three, you repeat consistently. So repeat your chosen affirmation consistently during these times. Just make it a point to do it. Some people go, 10 minutes to do a robotic affirmation is a long time. But again, you're going to get out of it whatever you put in. But if you can do it regularly, and you might want to have a series, you might want to have, maybe you have 4 goals. You want to be in really good health. You want to fall in love. You want extra $1 million. You want great friends that you enjoy. Maybe you have a pocket of them, right? Few of them. And step 4 is you got to stay detached. Don't worry about feeling the emotion, of course, because we said that that's not necessary with robotic affirmations. If you can get the emotion, that's great, even better. But you got to stay detached and focus on repetition. So the detachment is really, really key. Remember, if you were in my other class with the law of gender, it's a matter of, there is that doing. We have to take action in order to make things happen, right? But there's also the balance of that. And then you have to be feminine. You have to be open, receptive, patient, allowing. And that's the key. When you're doing the robotic affirmations, you are being masculine, right? Because you're giving you're consciously giving your subconscious commands, right? And when you are doing it as well, or when you're done, you've got to let go. It's like you've done all you can. A lot of times what I see is people want things so much that they're so pushed up against the glass that they're not allowing it to come in. Remember, there's that balance, motion and rest. And that can be written on the human thumbnail. And that's really the key to everything. You want to be active, but you also need to be passive, right? Just like think of the soil, right? The seed being the masculine component and the soil is the feminine. The soil, it just is. It's in that state of being, right? So it's the perfect, it gives you the ability to manifest what it is that you want. Because what you're doing is your conscious mind is like your masculine side, and your subconscious mind is like your feminine side. And what you're doing when you're trying to manifest is you're impregnating with your conscious mind, your subconscious. You're impregnating your subconscious mind. And then what winds up happening is that your subconscious mind gives birth to it. It pushes it out into the universe through your aura, through your actions, through your energy, through what it is that you wind up doing, right? So you got to stay detached. So here's some examples for you. You could say for health, my health improves every day. 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 You also, if you wanted to, you could do affirmations, affirmations. So affirmations, or these questions that you ask, why am I in perfect health? Or why does my health improve every day? So when you're doing affirmations, affirmations, it's like your subconscious acts as Google. So you ask the question, why does my health improve daily? Your subconscious hears that because it's posed as a question, as a fact. Your subconscious acts like Google and it goes searching. Why does my health improve every day? Oh, I get it. Because I eat right, because I get enough sleep, because I exercise, whatever it might be, right? But you don't need to do those affirmations, but you can vary it up. For love, you could say, I attract loving relationships effortlessly, over and over and over again. Wealth, I am financially abundant. I'm financially abundant. I'm financially abundant. For business, for instance, my business is thriving. My business is thriving. My business is thriving, over and over and over again. So these are just examples. You can create any affirmations you want. I would just keep them simple, present tense, and positive, right? I am, not I don't, right? And you can use those first person ones with I am, right? As in the examples, or you could do second person, you are. And in this instance, it would be a matter of you're telling yourself, your health improves every day, or you are abundant, or you attract loving relationships effortlessly. See what feels right, right? What feels easy? Where's there an opening or a flow? You don't want to have any resistance. You want this to be effortless, and you want this to become part of your daily regime. And it will work if you're consistent. And consistency is really key. It's not really a matter of doing any big deal once in a great while. It's a matter of the people that are consistent, that show up on a regular basis. Those are the ones that get what they want. So consistency is key. Tips for success before I go to questions. So consistency is key, as I said. You want to be very consistent. So make sure you're doing it on a regular basis. Don't try too hard. Don't obsess over it. A few minutes here and there is enough, right? But you want to ideally make it a daily habit. Be patient. Don't watch the clock, right? A watched pot never boils. So you want to just make it a part of your daily life. And of course, you can combine robotic affirmations with any other techniques. We're going to be going through quite a few of them for the rest of 2024 into 2025. So you can combine these robotic affirmations with other manifestation techniques. And it'll be great. So does anybody have any questions about robotic affirmations? I do have to end early tonight. I have to go to an event. But if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And if you have any questions later, if you're catching this after the live, well, you can always put those in the comments and I'll be sure to answer. Any questions at all? Let's see if there's anything else I can mention while I'm waiting for you. So you want to ideally start implementing these straight away. I mean, catching this live, it is a full moon, right? So the energy is really, really strong. And it's an Aries full moon. Granted, full moons are about endings and closings, but Aries is about new beginnings. So this could be a new beginning that you're having, a new relationship that you're having with your subconscious, right? Remember the simplicity of these. You just want to be simplistic. You want to be consistent. And remember, there's a dualistic power with the creating the affirmations, programs your subconscious. And also, what's also cool about it, as we mentioned, it takes up space. So it prevents you from thinking those thoughts that do not feel good. Because again, remember, with the law of attraction, thoughts are contagious. You have a negative thought, it attracts another negative thought, etc. And also, you don't have any questions, have fun at my event. Okay, well, thank you very much, Casmar. I appreciate that. Well, if anybody does have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I'll make sure I answer them. And I also invite you to share your experiences. If you've done these and you've had some success, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you, Pam. I certainly will. Definitely, I will. And so thank you all so much for joining. You know where to find me if there's anything that you need, readings, gift certificates, 'tis the season, etc. PsychicSun.com. My links are in the description below. Bye, Pam. Bye, Casmar. Bye, everybody. Take super good care, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're catching this live for This Week Astrology at 1 p.m. Eastern. The link to that is also in the description below.